Hi and welcome to No Second Season. It's 20 past 8 on Saturday morning, Saturday the 21st of June. Happy birthday to my sister-in-law, June. So I'm just setting off from home, mainly to go cross-country skiing, to practice that. I've made some changes, so from my last outing where I was underprepared, hopefully I'm better off this time, and I'll talk you around the things that I've done later on. Now I'm going to play it safe and just go up to JB Plain as usual. If it's too busy and there's no parking spots, I'll have to rethink. But I'm going there because it's really hard to get information off people about the bush camp spots in the snow where you can ski. They just don't want to divulge. So if you know of any, feel free to private message me if you wouldn't mind me going. That would be great. I do have a gentleman who I'm chatting to at the moment, but we haven't finished our conversation yet, so I had some questions for him about a closed road, and he hasn't got back to me yet. Hence I'm going to JB Plain to play it safe, taking the chicken run. I don't know about other mountain routes, but if you're going to Mount Hotham from the Harrietville direction, you will get stopped and checked for snow chains, and you will get turned around, as this car did, if you don't have any. JB Plain is looking nice and snowy. I just need to decide, am I going to camp in my tent or am I going to camp in the car? Perhaps I should just ski today and find a bush camp. I really wanted to do a bush camp again as well, and if it was half as good as Paddy's River Dam, then I'd be happy. This is the Alpine National Park, and this is JB Plain. To my left is Hotham, about 10 kilometres away, and to my right, about a kilometre away, is the small township of Dinnerplain, a nice little ski town. There's two reasons I didn't want to come here. One is because it's right next to the Great Alpine Road, which is busy, and two, you can't drive in. You have to park here and camp in a tent or whatever you want to camp in. So whilst drinking my coffee, I'll tell you all about the steps I've taken to improve how I'm set up. I've got 3 full sets of winter clothes. I've got several pairs of gloves and about 8 pairs of socks. So should I get into that situation like last time where I had wet socks, I can just change them. Gas for my Covia Cupid heater, and for my stove, I take the same one. I've brought along, I think, 10 cans of gas. And although last time I brought some wood, I brought more kindling, more fire starters, and I've brought more logs, but not too many. So I've brought these logs. I only brought 3 last time to Paddy's River Dam. I brought more boots with me and an extra coat in case I get it wet. I couldn't afford a fancy electric saw, so I bought this one from Bunnings. And I also bought this one from Bunnings, which kind of folds away. So should I need to chop some small firewood, I can, but I don't think you're allowed to collect it here anyway. Another problem I had was driving on those fire roads where you couldn't see round a lot of blind bends, and so I bought myself this. Now it's a GME plug and play UHF radio kit. You get a windscreen mount and the radio unit. It's 5 watt, whatever that means. You get a plug to plug it into the cigarette lighter. You get your microphone and a hanger for the microphone, and you get an antenna which It's got a strong magnet on it, and you just put that on the roof. So that is my CB radio. I don't need it this trip. And so what I need to do is just fire that up sometime and start using it and learn how to use it efficiently. Anyway, I need to decide, am I going to snow camp or camp in the car? Or even camp at all? I could just ski now and drive home. I've brought all the stuff to camp in the tent. Perhaps I should do that. The sun is so hot, I can't believe this snow will stick around very long. It's actually warm here. I made preparations for this year at the end of last season. The rope on the sledge was too short, so I put a longer rope on it, and also everything kept falling off. I bought a cargo net. So we'll see how that works. One of my bright ideas. We'll give it a go. I'm such an idiot. I put the water on the sledge last minute, fell over, the tap broke off or fell off. It's got water all in the sledge now and probably on my sleeping bag. So I'll get to a spot where I want to camp and actually check if my sleeping bag's wet or not. I think I'll set up here. In fact, I think I've camped here before. I was really lucky the tap hadn't broken off my water carrier. It had just unscrewed somehow. The sledge and the cargo net work perfectly. The stuff stayed on. This was just long enough for it not to hit my heels, and it slid along nicely. So really chuffed about that. And I'll probably have at least 2 more loads to go and get back. It did get wet. I'm hoping it's just superficial and on the outside. I should have known better. Also an idiot because I didn't bring my tarp to lay everything on. Now it's going to get wet. So I'll be sleeping on a cot. It's my Helinox lightweight cot. Madge is just there, but the groom trail is here, so I'm walking to the end of it. It ends here. It's a bit of a gap so you can walk through. So I don't ruin their cross-country tracks. I don't want to bring everything over like I usually do, so in fact I wish I'd just stayed in the car because I'm really not feeling it, to be honest. I just want to ski and that's all I come for. Damn, I'm sort of halfway now. Should I take all this back and sleep in the car? I'm really pleased with the sledge though. I put the rope around my shoulders and it works well. And just keep walking. I really just don't know what to do, whether I'm just in a total stuck in the middle of nowhere. Should I camp in the car? Should I camp in the tent? You know what? I'm gonna camp in the car. I'm gonna go and get that stuff back. I'm camping in the car. Yeah, I'm gonna camp in the car. No, come on, let's camp in the tent. Get on with it. When I used to come here, it was for the camping. Now it's for the skiing. So the camping feels like a chore. Yeah, a bit bored with that. Probably the last time I'll do it, I think. Look what I found in the snow. My saucepan. It must have fell through the gap. Right, I'm just going to take my 4th load across. Anyway, I feel like crying. I don't know what to do. I've got all this stuff. I need to put my tent up, but yeah, there's stuff I still haven't got. Let's get the tent up. Just did my 4th run back to the car. I got my camera out and put it on the floor at the car, and then brought these tiles. I bring these rubber flooring tiles. Got back here, realised I'd left my camera on the floor out in the car park. So I had to run back, flat chat, then fell over in the snow with it. Coming back, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, and I'm really, really annoyed with myself. My sleeping bag is a bit wet down the foot end. Forgot my pillow, my camping pillow, so I'll have to go and get my normal pillow. That's another trip to the car. My feet are wet and soaking. I'll get this stuff in the tent, make a cup of tea, and then I'll go and ski. Stove was struggling out in the cold. The sun has gone behind these trees now, so it's turned quite chilly, but it's okay in here. Right, so a pan full of snow is a cup full of water. So we've got a phone signal here. I just got an email from Nathan. So hi Nathan, shout out to you. I'll read your email later. Looks like you're in the Great Victorian Desert on your current tour of Western Australia. Have a great time, and I'll drop you a line later. So I've got the vent open up here. I've got my CO monitor here. Now this isn't a great place for it, but it's the only place I can put it. Now I don't know if you saw, there was a couple in Scotland camping, man and a lady, and they died from carbon monoxide poisoning. That's what I last read about it anyway. That's what they were suspecting. And I don't take it lightly, using a gas stove and a gas heater in a tent or in my car. I do take precautions, and I certainly wouldn't sleep with it on. Yeah, very unfortunate what happened in Scotland, so you need to be very careful. I'm just warming my feet up on the heater. Do you remember when I did that at Manus Lake and the sock just went poof? It just melted a hole this big, the whole of the sole just melted. That was funny. I guess you had to be there. I told you I melted my brand new sleeping bag. This is what I did. Idiot. These are my new second-hand skis, never tried them before, and the boots I got that go with them. Right, I don't even know how they work. It's a year since I bought them, the end of last year anyway. So lift that up, perhaps. Then what? Then bloody what? Then, I don't know. No. No. That's it. I'm a penguin and oh fuck me. Shit bugger. Ah, they're really slippery. Okay. I can confirm I fell over and then couldn't get up, and then I bumped into a guy called James. Hi James, if you watch this, nice to meet you. He's from the UK too. Anyway, I'm just terrible. I just can't do it. They just slip away with me. I'm all right in the tracks, so I'm going along in these tracks. I can't stop though once I start going downhill. So I'm kind of all right in those grooves. But as soon as I get out the grooves, I'm terrible. I just go floating off and fall over. This is really nice though, especially when it's downhill. I can't stop. That's so much fun. I am utterly useless at it, but I really enjoy it. Do you know what? I don't suppose they'll watch this, but I've got some friends who are big time into snowboarding. They'd be so embarrassed to come out with me in my rubber gloves and my granny gaiters and my Aldi jacket. I can't stop! That was good. Couldn't stop if I wanted to. Gets me out of breath. It gets me out of breath because I think I'm holding my breath because I'm so scared. So when I bumped into this guy James, I was on the floor, couldn't get up. It took me 10 minutes to work out how to get up. I'd forgotten. I've done it before. I'd just forgotten. The snow's quite crispy now. Oh, bugger, I need a tea bag out of the box that the cooker's on. Link and pop. Never mind. So, oops, the lids. So, I was so looking forward to my skiing. So when I worked in motorsport, we had this shelf. It was the magic shelf, the magic healing shelf, where something would get quarantined, put on the magic healing shelf, and then miraculously be declared okay to use. And I thought my summer time off skiing was going to heal me and make me a good skier when I skied today. Alas not. I was still rubbish. It doesn't matter, I don't care. And it'll be the same with surfing. I think over the winter, right, I'll be on the healing shelf and I'll just know how to surf as soon as I go next summer. And I am always disappointed, even at the lack of continuity. I guess I'm just not skilled at it, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's not important. The important thing is it makes me smile, and this skiing makes me smile and scream, and so does surfing. I haven't brought any logs over, just some kindling and one of the Samba fire lighters. I'm lighting it on top of something else new I bought. So when I put the grate on the fire, it kept sliding about. So I got one with legs on, but I also thought I can light fires on it as well because it's steel. Tonight I'm going to be eating the same as I ate at Paddy's River Dam. A nourished bowl with some Aldi red wine sauce, because I really can't be bothered with anything else. I'll be eating it with a teaspoon because I haven't brought any cutlery, and I'm buggered if I'm going back over the car for the 8th time. I've chucked a little bit of snow in there. That's a bit shite. I'm just like a walking disaster. So the handle has fell off the saucepan, like completely off. I need to clip it back in. I can hear other campers here. So there's a big family. They've got 3 tents just across the way. And there's quite a few people sleeping in cars. You know, people go snowboarding who can't afford the accommodation here. You're looking, if you've got a room for $500 a night, it would be dirt cheap. Yeah, you're not going to find it. You're looking at $1,000 a night at Hotham. Crazy prices. Again, I printed out that story. I put it somewhere. Haven't a clue where. Nincompoop. I didn't boil enough water. I've got 3/4 of a cup of tea. But cheers anyway. Oh, it's nice and hot. Sometimes it gets a bit cold really quickly. But this is nice and hot. So tonight I'm sleeping on my Helinox cot. It's an ultra lightweight one. I've got a Z-Lite foam pad on top and then my Nemo Forte. So I'm just going to try and sleep on that and not have my sleeping bag liner or anything else, but I may have to get up in the night and put something else on or get my sleeping bag liner out. Which I've got here. It's not a problem, I just can't be bothered to get it out. It's around 7:30. I'm just making a cup of tea inside the tent. But remember, when I do this, if you're going to do it, I've got the vent full open, that's fully wide open, and I've got my CO monitor. It really is important that you're careful with CO. Carbon monoxide kills. I'm reading my auntie's book and I'm actually on page 68. Aren't I good? Anyway, I do like it. It's really good. I just struggle with concentration, and reading I find quite difficult. My mind wanders. I first camped here in possibly 2022, perhaps winter 2022. I brought my bikepacking gear, and my cup was a Sea to Summit sort of rubber collapsible cup, and I left it in the vestibule overnight, and then in the morning something had been in and chewed 2 holes in the cup. Okay, so my CO alarm just went off. It just quickly flicked up to about 80 parts per million. It's gone back to 2. I just made the big mistake. I was out there trying to capture with my camera the Milky Way. The Milky Way looks beautiful, but I just can't capture it. So I'd spent a lot of time on YouTube looking up the settings for my camera, and I hadn't put my boots on properly. I hadn't laced them up, and then I went into snow, and I'm not kidding you, it was all the way up to my thighs. Like the top of my thighs, my hip bone. So my boots filled completely with snow all around where my foot wasn't, because I hadn't done the laces up. Nincompoop. Oh, but you can see steam coming off them, so hopefully they will dry by morning. And my trousers and socks got wet, so I've got to dry those out. It's very interesting how this suddenly rose. It's at 10 at the moment, and I've got just the fly screen on my vestibule, and I've still got this open. So if you do what I do, and that's have the fire and stove on in your tent or car, please get an alarm, but moreover make sure there's ventilation, because you will get ill. And I need to I think open the vestibule, because so it's dropping now, but it rises, so possibly up here it's higher. So I'll hold it up there. No, it's rising. Now this alarm, this was just a cheap one off Amazon. The alarm is just like beep 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 beep, really drippy. Wouldn't wake you up, so do not sleep. Do not sleep with the fire on, the gas fire on. Tonight I'm going to be watching the channel Adventures Gone Wrong, and the lady that runs that did 3 separate episodes of the Everest 1996 disaster. She did a good job. She went into it, and the timeline was much better than any other I'd heard, apart from Michael Tracy's, who is much more in depth than anyone. And yeah, so she's now put those 3 episodes into a 3-hour and 5-minute episode. So I'm going to be listening to that tonight. So that's what caused the 1996 Everest disaster, marathon in brackets. So I'm going to listen to that as I go to sleep. I'll see you in the morning. Nighty night. Morning, it's 25 to 7. Still dark outside. No snowfall overnight. I think that's what made Paddy's River Dam so magical. Not only Emmanuel and Harry, but the snowfall. It was just unexpected and perfect. Going by the weather forecast last night, the temperatures were around -3. I was cold though. I only had one set of thermals on, so I could wear more clothes. I think in the car I don't get cold like that, so I don't think I'll do this tent camping any longer unless I'm going on a hike and I need to camp overnight. In the snow, I'm talking. It's really cold actually, which I know in the snow it is, but it's got a real crispness to it. I thought it was going to be warmer going by the weather forecast. So I'm sitting watching the sunrise, and just to my left there's a beautiful crescent moon and a planet in view. I'll have to research what that one is. You won't be able to see it on GoPro, I don't suppose. And I can see the dark part of the moon as well. So interesting, so amazing. And just making another coffee. Can hear some birds. I wish I could see them. Can't see them at all. I'm really pleased with this fire grill I got from Amazon. I'll stick it on my website, nosecondseason.com. Go to the shopping page if you want to get one. It's such a pig to get these feet in and out. I'm going to have to take it outside and do it. So here's breakfast, Aldi chocolate dunked in a cup of coffee. Positively divine. I don't know why I don't have it for breakfast every day really. Oh, I've got chocolate all around my mouth. I can recommend this. Aldi dark chocolate dunked in coffee. A nutritious breakfast. For sure. So this is James.
So hi, I'm James from Yorkshire, and I've been travelling around Australia. I was living in Apollo Bay for a few months, and now I'm just road tripping just before leaving and camping in the snow, which is cold but interesting.
So that's James, and he's just off now. He goes to Melbourne, flies to Perth, and then back to the UK, the heat wave. One more lot to go, just got to take the tent down, and then I can have some breakfast, coffee, and do a bit of skiing. Just so you know, when I come up here and I'm going to stop over, I put this Penrite winter fuel treatment in Madge. I use a bottle for 2 tanks. That shovel I was using was an Aldi one, Adventure Ridge. Not a bad little tool and very light. Somewhere along the line I've lost my cargo net. I'll have to go back this other way, try and find it. Here it is. Hi, it's 10 o'clock and I'm eating my breakfast. It's a beautiful day. So if you look through my videos, there's one disappearance story on Christos Pittas, and he went missing in May 2022, so just over 3 years ago. Now, he was just up the road, 1 kilometre up the road, holidaying in Dinnerplain. He went out for an afternoon walk and he's never been seen since. He was 70 years old at the time. My opinion is that he went for a walk and either met foul play or he got lost. Just across the way here are 2 walks. One goes left, one goes right. If you take the right one, you can loop around and be back to Dinnerplain in a few kilometres. If you miss that loop around point, you go off for another 5 kilometres until you hit again the Great Alpine Road. So you go off into the bush and he's somewhere out there. Yeah, just thinking of him while I'm sitting here drinking my coffee, looking at this bush and thinking, is he out there? Did he get back to the Great Alpine Road? We don't know, but it's really sad for his family. They've no closure. How can someone disappear on a short afternoon stroll? May would be the end of autumn, going into winter. It was bitterly cold up here. If he didn't go on that loop, he may have gone this side of the track, on Dinnerplain track, and up to Precipice Plain, and perhaps either met foul play or fell in the bush. Anyway, spare a thought for him. If you'd like to see the video, I'll link it up here. It's midday now. I was out there doing the skiing thing for about an hour and a half, and yeah, perhaps I'll never be a skier. Gonna have a coffee, make one for the trip home. I might take a walk down to the hut, show you the hut, in case you haven't seen it and you're really interested, and like there's anyone watching anyway. So if you are watching, thank you so much for joining me. I hope there was something in here interesting for you, even if it's just what not to do. With all the kerfuffle and indecisiveness about camping in the tent, I really shouldn't have. It was just a whole load of work. It's made me tired, so now I haven't got the energy to do any more skiing, which is a shame because that's what I came here for. So I know next time, no tent camping. I won't even bring it. I don't know why I brought it. I thought because this is the first month of winter and this is the best snow they've had here in June for a long time, that it would be packed and that I wouldn't get a spot on JB Plain car park, is my thinking, and that I'd have to go off somewhere else and they may only allow tents. So I shouldn't have got it out, but never mind, it all turned out good. It was a lot of work. So I've had a good bit of exercise, something I needed, something I don't get often enough. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you did like something in this, perhaps you could signify that by giving us a thumbs up. That would be great. So let's go off and have a look at JB Plain Hut. So there's this kitchen area. And then there's a dormitory area. 6 there, 2 there, so 8 bunks. Table, a lantern. I think there's a book to sign there. Nice fireplace. It's for emergency conditions only. Okay, it's suddenly clouded over. Sun's still there, but it's cloudy. And there's the wind picking up. I wonder if snow's coming. It's absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I shall close this video here. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, it's a goodbye for now.
Le cha-cha-cha. Le cha-cha-cha. Apprenons le cha-cha-cha. Apprenons le cha-cha-cha.
Le cha-cha-cha d'origine cubaine est un mambo que l'on joue sur un rythme lent. Nous commençons par l'étude du pas de base, le va-et-vient. Le va-et-vient.
Apprenons le cha-cha-cha. Apprenons le cha-cha-cha. Le cha-cha-cha. Le cha-cha-cha. Le cha-cha-cha. Le cha-cha-cha. Apprenons le cha-cha-cha. Apprenons le cha-cha-cha.
Nous commençons par l'étude du pas de base, le va-et-vient. Le va-et-vient. Le va-et-vient.
Un, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Apprenons le cha-cha-cha. Apprenons le cha-cha-cha. Apprenons le cha-cha-cha. Le cha-cha-cha. Le cha-cha-cha. Le cha-cha-cha. Le cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha.